Good morning. This is Natasha, founder of On Purpose Projects, bringing you another tip about how to create a high performance business website. This is one thing I see a lot as I talk to different people looking for help with their website. And it's very common for, let's say you run a tech company, let's say you're a SaaS company, and you've created an RFP where you want people to submit the job application, or like you're looking for help with your website, you create an RFP, you're looking for people to kind of submit their proposal. And one thing that I see happen sometimes that I feel works against you is when you, as the business owner, you, as the marketing manager, expect your web people to know everything about your business. I see sometimes they're like, tell me about your opinion on this, or tell me about this, or what does this stand for, or what does this acronym mean? That's something your business specific. And where I do agree that it makes sense to hire a web team that understands your industry, I think sometimes it can be taken too far, where you're looking for your web team to be your business coach. And a web team, in the true essence of the word, is the technology to bring your vision to life. They're not the one who's going to tell you about your competitors and what they're doing necessarily, unless you're paying them for that. As a web team, the designer and the developer, we expect that you know your business and we know our business. We know how to design around your ideas or your content, your colors, your industry. We expect you to know who the key players are. We expect you to know what your value proposition is. It's not our job to create that for you. A web design team, a development team, is not a business coach. If you're looking for advice on how to position it, how to write, your about page, you may need a branding person or a copywriter or a business coach. But the web team is execution. Again, unless part of their package is paying for planning and scoping and writing and analysis and value propositions and branding, unless that's part of the package, the real way to optimize hiring web people is to know what you want and to give them the tools to just do it, just to go. I think it's a mistake when you see people who are like, I am looking for someone who has experience in the tech field. That is absolutely okay. Looking for someone who obviously understands the industry, but for someone to just understand your exact business and the ins and outs and the day-to-day of your specific niche, where I agree there can be people who do that and specialize down, where a web person, specific strategic web people, are trained to take design principles and development principles that work for any industry. So we know our business. We know best practice for design, for UI, UX, layouts, performance, mobile optimization, best practice, servers. We know how to make your ideas work. That's our job. But understanding the ins and outs of your particular business is not the job. So as you're hiring people for your project, keep in mind, are you looking for that absolute specialist that knows everything about your particular industry, that's going to help you do a lot of legwork, a lot of planning, a lot of brand development? Or are you looking for someone who's a design and development expert, who has experience working with hundreds of projects, who knows the design and the development business, who wants to take your ideas that you've already mapped out from your experience in your niche and do what they do? Because if you're looking for a designer and developer who's going to understand how to make your specific business successful, I challenge you that is not the scope of a web team. That is the scope of a business development person, a business coach. And those are very different jobs. So just something to keep in mind as you're planning, because if you're looking at, like I've been saying, if you're looking for someone who has in-depth specific knowledge about, again, creating a company and building a brand, and that may or may not be realistic to expect your web people to do that. You might need another step beforehand of someone to help plan your company, and then bring in your web people. Anyhow, just some few thoughts. I will talk to you tomorrow.